Yo, 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 yo. What up, Shmi and Duz? What up, y'all? If you're new, welcome. If you're turning, what up, though? Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my mixtape, Love&Hiphop, in the description below. But here we go. Another react video. Heath Ledger, before they were dead. Real quick, moment of silence. The R.I.P. Let's get an R.I.P. in real fast. Alright, cool. So, great movie. Let's just get into it and then I'll talk about it at the end. Salute to this guy.
They need you right now. But when they don't, they'll cast you out.
Before Heath Ledger picked up an Academy Award for his portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight, an award he would receive after his passing. Before Heath Ledger would star in Brokeback Mountain, A Knight's Tale, The Patriot, and 10 Things I Hate About You. Before Heath Ledger would father a child, Matilda, with his girlfriend and co-star Michelle Williams. Before Heath Ledger died of an accidental prescription drug overdose that included painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety medication in 2008, Heath Ledger had revealed to the New York Times that he had been taking Ambien following the production of I'm Not There, as well as The Dark Knight, as it treats short-term insomnia. He spoke about his character, the Joker, stating, "He's a psychopath, mass-murdering, schizophrenic clown with zero empathy." This role, as well as his busy work schedule and his personal life, was all taking its toll on the man. Former Joker actor Jack Nicholson, well, he had this to say when he found out about Heath Ledger's passing.
I warned him.
Now, growing up, young Heath, or Heathcliff, well, he was painfully shy. His hobbies, they included surfing, poetry, chess, as well as photography and directing, which are all, solo acts that require a high level of concentration. Now, he was a talented field hockey player, and he could have had a career in that, but he opted instead to become a performer, and he moved at the age of 17 from Perth to Sydney with nothing but 69 cents in his pocket. My name's Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Heath Ledger prior to his passing, here for you on Before They Are Dead. Now, a whole lot of you guys have requested this video, so I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next. Also, be sure to leave your condolences for Heath Ledger and his family down below.
If there was going to be a movie title, what would you like the movie title of you and your career to be?
I don't know. Maybe I wish I'd done that.
Heath Ledger was born Heathcliff Andrew Ledger on April 4th, 1979 to mother Sally Ledger Bell, a French teacher, and father Kim Ledger, a race car driver and mining specialist. Heath grew up with his sister Catherine, and the two of them were named after the main characters in Emily Bonte's Wuthering Heights. Now, the family, clearly they are from Australia, but their ancestry is Irish, English, as well as Scottish, and young Heath growing up, well, that kid had a pet kangaroo. Not bad. His mom had found it, gifted it to him. Talk about an Australian upbringing. Heath attended Marymount Primary School in Gooseberry Hill, and later a private all-boys school known as Guildford Grammar, where he had his first acting experience starring in a school production as Peter Pan at the age of 10. Now, at home, his parents knew that their young boy, he loved to perform, so they actually had a box of costumes for him. In there was a nurse's outfit that he would wear, which is kind of chilling, because he would later wear that same uniform as the Joker. Heath's parents would divorce when he was only 10 years young. At the age of 11, they would divorce, and they would both go on to remarry. From this, he has two half-sisters, Ashley Bell, as well as Olivia Ledger. But it was his biological sister that he would be closest to, and the person in his life who would encourage him to make a career as an actor. Now, this was presumably an odd career for the young and introverted Heath. The kid would spend his time playing chess, and he actually got really good at it. He competed at the national level and took home the junior world title in Australia when he was only 10. Out in Australia, it is compulsory in junior high to pick one of two electives, either cooking or drama. Now, Heath, for him, the decision was easy. He signed up for the drama program, plus he couldn't see himself working in any kitchen. Now, although he didn't receive any particular praise for his efforts, the boy loved what he was doing. Now, outside of his drama class and chess, young Heath, he was also selected for the state U17 field hockey team, and a lot of people were looking at him as an up-and-coming star. But then he came to a time in his life where he had to choose either athletics or performing, and he decided to go with the discipline for which he was getting the least praise for.
He landed
his first gig as an extra on the film Clowning Around, and later appeared in the TV series Ship to Shore. Now, with this bit of experience, Heath decided that he was going to become an actor and move to Sydney, Australia. First, he had to complete school, so he fast-forwarded through his studies. Then all of a sudden, his best friend growing up, Trevor DiCarlo, he decided, yeah, I'll get in on the adventure. The two got into a car, they drove to Sydney, but when they got there, they only had 69 cents between them. Now, having never attended a proper drama school and with no formal training, one would think it would be hard for Heath to land any work. But things weren't that bad. Heath auditioned for a TV show known as Sweat, which was documenting a bunch of Olympic hopefuls, and he was offered one of two roles. He could play either a swimmer or a gay cyclist. Heath accepted the latter because he felt to really stand out as an actor, one had to accept unique roles that stood out from the bunch. He later appeared in Australia's most famous soap opera, Home and Away. He played a bad boy surfer who took advantage of a young girl's heart.
I got the van again tonight. What do you think?
Unbelievable.
Thanks.
Now, the show producers of Home and Away, they wanted Heath Ledger's character to stick around. But he had already moved on, and he was now on a new series known as Roar. This was a medieval fantasy. The series was nominated for several awards and was broadcast in the US on Fox, where it didn't do very well. At the age of 19, Heath decided to take a shot at the big time, and he moved to Los Angeles. He then auditioned for the role of Max on Roswell, and he was close to getting it. Although it was backed by Fox, and they had just backed Roar, and Roar didn't do so well. So they were like, maybe it's because of that guy. Yeah, I'd say
Maybe it's
totally
because
not.
of that guy.
Heath's big break in America came in 1999, where he played the bad boy role in 10 Things I Hate About You. During filming, he actually got into a relationship with his co-star Julia Stiles, but that's a love affair that would only last a couple months.
Plus, he's totally out of our league, you know what I mean?
Next up was The Patriot, followed by Monsters Ball, and then A Knight's Tale. This film established him as a leading man in Hollywood. This also landed him on People magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People. And Julia Stiles, she didn't make the cut. See, he was too good for her. Mainstream opportunities were now landing in his lap. He was offered the role in 2002's Spider-Man to play Peter Parker, but he decided to turn it down. Instead, he wanted to work on independent films where he could play character roles. In 2005, he was in 3 films that were screened at the
I can't see
2005
him as
Venice
Peter
Film Festival,
Parker.
The Brothers Grimm, Casanova,
Well, even
as well as
here.
Brokeback Mountain.
No, don't show him kids, please. Come on,
For his
man.
portrayal of a cowboy who really sucked at fishing, well, he picked up for himself a Best Actor of 2005 nod from all the critic associations. He also got himself a nomination from the Academy for Best Actor. It was on the set of Brokeback Mountain where he met actress Michelle Williams. The two began a whirlwind relationship, and their daughter Matilda Rose was born on October 28th, 2005 in New York City. But this was a time when there was a lot of unnecessary stress and pressure surrounding the young star. He wanted to reside in Australia, but the paparazzi there, they were out of control. He also wanted to be with his girlfriend and his daughter, so they decided to get an apartment in Brooklyn. And he tried to live a low-key life, but it just wasn't happening. Now, Michelle Williams has since stated that when she was living with Heath, his health wasn't great. The man would never get a good night's sleep. His head would always be going and going. While filming the Bob Dylan biopic, I'm Not There, well, his relationship to Michelle, it would collapse. Now, Heath didn't take any time off to reflect. Instead, he jumped into his next role, which would be the Joker on The Dark Knight.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
Now, director Christopher Nolan, he had Heath and Heath in mind for the role, and when the two met up, well, they saw eye to eye on the character. They talked about the anarchy, they talked about the chaos, and they talked about taking inspiration from the character of Alec in A Clockwork Orange.
There was me, that is Alex, and my 3 droogs.
During production, Heath would apply his own makeup, knowing that this would be what the Joker would do. Heath also directed both homemade videos made by the Joker in The Dark Knight to keep up with authenticity.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was the most fun I've had playing a character, hands down.
But following production of this film, Heath's insomnia, it would reach new heights. The man would lay awake each and every night, lost in his own thoughts. He'd also jumped into his next project, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and on the set, the co-star stated that he would relentlessly complain about his lack of sleep. Now, this was a very dark and wet set. A lot of the actors caught pneumonia, so they had to take a break. Heath never complained about being sick, but at this time, he was on a whole ton of prescription medication. Heath returned home to New York City in January of 2008, and it is rumored that he would want to go out in public late at night to blow off some steam because he couldn't sleep, so he would put on a mask. Then he'd approach attractive women and invite them back to his place just so he could, kill some time. It was also rumored around this time that he was in an on and off again friendly relationship with Mary-Kate Olsen. Then on January 22nd, 2008, Heath Ledger was found unconscious in his bed by his housekeeper, Teresa Solomon, and a masseuse, Diana Wolzen. This all went down at his apartment in the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan. He was found unconscious on his bed, laying on his stomach. There were sleeping pills nearby. Following this, his body was transported back to Perth where it was cremated. The Dark Knight was released on July 18, 2008, and in 18 short days it brought in as much as $400 million. Now there was a lot of speculation surrounding if it was the character of the Joker that drove Heath Ledger a little insane. Well, Jack Nicholson, again, he had this to say.
I warned him.
Heath Ledger was awarded with a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his work on the film. As for the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, well, fellow actors Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell, they would all step in to help, complete the film. And the rest of the story, well, you guys know the story because this is before they were dead. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you want to hear about next. Leave your condolences, your thoughts, and your prayers for the
light on it somewhere.
And I'll see you guys in another video.
I'll never forget, I thought this guy was corny at first, and I really value his little sense of humor. He said, well, you know the rest of the story because this is before they're dead. Like, what? That's crazy, though, man. You couldn't sleep, man. I just wish he would have took a break. You know what I'm saying? After he did The Dark Knight, just take a break and get your sleeping together. It reminds me of like when we had a car. Don't forget we had a car. It was a Mercury Sable. It was a 2001, and it had this problem where you turn the ignition off and the car keep running. So it's like you could turn it on and off and the car keep running. And we didn't think, just pull the battery out. You know what I mean? You pull the battery out, it'll turn off, right? So we would try to sit in the car, hope it turn off, whatever. Sometimes it would. So one day we sit in the car, we come from a group or whatever. So it was just like a group. Me and the little bros, we literally sat in the car for an hour and 30 minutes in the parking lot because we don't want to leave the car running. So I'm like, you know what? The car won't turn off. Y'all want to just go to Sonic's? Now Sonic's, I live in South Florida. I live in Broward County. Sonic's was in West Palm. I don't know how to give y'all the distance. Let me see. It was probably 50 miles away. Real talk, 50 miles. Easily. More or less 50 miles. So if you know about distance, you get what I'm trying to get at with 50 miles. 50 miles away. We drove a car that was already running for an hour and 30 minutes straight. 50 miles. Got there, we ate, we chilling, we all of a sudden we eating, and I see the car smoking. I'm like, yo, twins, we gotta go. We gotta go. The car's smoking, we gotta get home. We pushing it, trying to get to the house. Not even 11 minutes into the ride. Cause the ride was probably about a 40-50 minute ride to get there, to Sonic's on the I-95. The car shuts down. So the car shuts down. I think all our phones was dead. It was just bad. Long story short, we wound up sleeping in the car. I actually wound up losing my job at work at Walmart at that time. I wound up losing my job because I was supposed to work that next day. I wasn't able to make it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they let me work a couple more days, but then they wound up firing me. Worked in a pharmacy. Except for, I don't think twins worked at that time. But luckily, we had a mechanic that was willing to come get us. And, things worked out. You know what I'm saying? Mechanic came and got us way. And now the mechanic stayed in Deed. So he lived an extra, not 20. Maybe an extra 20 miles on top of that 50. So he lived 70 miles. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot going on. And I only say this story to say sometimes just because something, what am I trying to say? As far as the car, just because the car couldn't turn off don't mean use it because, it won't turn off. Sometimes you gotta let it sit there until it's ready. And I just wish he, I don't know what he was going through, but I don't know. I don't really want to comment. He's gone now. May his soul rest in peace, right? The right thing to say. He did an amazing job in The Dark Knight. I didn't even know that was him though, because he completely transformed. Maybe Jack Nicholson. I don't know about the Joker thing. I do know They do say when you become these characters, you know, it can haunt you a little bit. You know, I seen Cuba Gooding Jr. after he was O.J. Simpson. He was going through something, like he was just out of his mind a little bit. And I guess Jack Nicholson went through it when he played the Joker, of, you know, having to deal with that. So, blessings to his family. Your boy Dust finna go and check out my mixtape, Love&Hiphop, in the description below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. 2 fingers to the side. Dust.